Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Preload the room. Take
Two methods we're calling it because we're all used to it is I'm comparing it a lot to high-rise fires. All right, we have the apartment stretch and we have the stairwell stretch. Apartment stretch is we load the hall or the room in this case with the amount of hose that we need, and then we're going to go down with the nozzle in front of us, your nozzle in this. The second one is the stairwell stretch. That's where we're going to be sitting on the nozzle, feeding the amount of hose until we get to the bottom of the stairs so that we know we have the appropriate amount of hose, and then moving on from there. Recent studies, once again, with UL that they published have come out with some very, with the new construction, some very hard statistical factual data, especially when it comes to the amount of time we're looking at between the burn through the floor and the collapse time of the floor. Depending on the lumber, when we're dealing with a 2x10, 2x12, we're looking at, I believe, somewhere around 10 minutes is when we're getting fired through the floor, and about 30 seconds after that we're at floor collapse. When we're dealing with modern day construction, which is engineered I-beams, that's your OSB cord, right, held together with 2x3, you're looking at a burn through the floor time of about 3 minutes to a floor collapse time of about 3 minutes and 15 to 20 seconds. So we don't have much time. So the most important thing we need to do when we walk into any residence, obviously, is sound that floor. That's after we've confirmed that we have a basement fire. We'll talk about tactics in the video and the PowerPoint. We'll talk about hitting the basement fires from the exterior no matter what, whether it's through just a little basement window or whether it's through a sliding glass door. We need to hit that basement fire from the exterior no matter what. Because once we commit crews to the interior is what we're doing here. We've knocked the fire down from the exterior, we've now committed crews to the interior, and that's where we're going to go. A couple of things we need to think about. Probably the most important thing is your guy here at the nozzle, the amount of heat and the speed that heat is coming up. You're looking at the test showed that they're getting somewhere between or somewhere around 1,650 degrees coming up through the stairs at roughly 11 to 20 miles per hour. So that amount of speed, that amount of heat at any point in time is automatically going to wipe out your gear. You're not going to be able to hang tight in this chimney whatsoever. So we have to make sure we have everything in line before we ever commit guys, like Captain Pitcher had said, before we ever commit guys to that stairwell, to that basement. We have to have everything all set up before we go down there. So that's what we're going to practice today. We're going to practice the apartment stretch, preloading the room adjacent to the basement stairs. It doesn't help if I preload that entryway when it's 50 feet ahead. All right, I need this hose here. And then we're going to practice, once again, advancing that hose down there. First one we're going to practice, once again, is preloading the room. How much hose do we need? We had talked about your average stair length is somewhere between 16 and 18 feet on average. Obviously, we have bigger homes, we're going to have bigger stairs, but on average, we got 16 to 18 feet. How do we figure this out? I just got done knocking the fire from the outside. I'm a sweaty, hot mess. I've now made it interior. I've now crawled through this giant house. I found my stairs. I'm wiped out. How do I figure out how much distance I need? I'm going to make it super simple. Give me an entire section of hose right here, 50 feet, preloaded in the room next to the stairwell. That'll give you your 16 to 18 feet, 20 plus feet to the bottom of the stairs and around the corner and out of that chimney effect that we've now created by venting the basement, the window, that sliding glass door, and opening that front door. We've now created that flow path, and now we're drawing all that heat and everything to us. So let's preload this room with 50 feet, and then our nozzleman is going to advance it down the stairs. When we're going down the stairs, regardless of what construction it is, modern day construction or legacy construction, make sure you keep your feet wide. When we're going down the stairs, your strongest part of the stairs is going to be those exterior supports. So when you're going down the stairs, keep your feet wide. If you can't reach the sides of the stairwell, don't worry about it, just keep it wide because you're going to be stronger that way. And advance down as quickly as possible with that nozzle. Also keep in mind, we only allow one person on the stairs at any point in time. I'm 200 pounds, so that's 200 additional pounds on top of the stairwell that's already had fire impinging on it, is an additional load that that stairwell is not designed for. So you throw another 200 pounds, another 300 pounds, another 100 pounds, it doesn't matter. That stairwell is not intended to withstand that under fire load. So we got to limit the amount of load on there. Also, one more thing we need to do before we ever make it down them stairs is we need to sound them stairs. We should all have a tool on us, even as a nozzle guy. Take that tool, hit those stairs prior to going down. If I hit that stair, my tool goes through it, I'm not committing anybody down there. That building is already lost, we're not going in that basement. Perfect. We got about 50 feet in here, right? It's adjacent to the stairs. I know I can at least get a stair length on a 16 to 18 foot stairwell. And I can get around the corner, correct? So I'm gonna take my hose. I'm now gonna come into the chimney. I'm gonna keep my stance wide, right? And I'm gonna advance down as quick as I can. I now have my stair length plus to get around to wherever I need to protect my guys and to put out the fire. So the first method we talked about preloading the room. Second one, what we're going to end up doing in this case, all that nozzle. Oh yes, that's okay, sir. That's right, sir. So unfortunately, it takes the nozzleman a little bit. He's going to have to unfortunately eat a little bit of smoke and heat. But another good way to gauge it is to sit on the nozzle and then take your hose and advance it down the stairs until it stops. This way you know you've got at least a length's worth of hose, which is 1 to 1.5 times the distance of the stairs at the bottom of the stairs before you ever make your advancement down the stairs. The unfortunate thing with this position is we've also once again created that flow path by opening that basement window and that front door. So all those products of combustion, the heat, the smoke is coming up the stairs. So unfortunately you're going to be eating a little bit of it. Very labor intensive both ways, but this is also another good solid way to gauge the amount of hose that you need to get into the basement to get out of that chimney effect to find that fire and to extinguish it. So just like we talked about earlier, spread your weight.
You don't know. Is this not?
And then as we discussed in between videos, spread your weight out some and then use either your foot or whatever tool you have to sound the floor as you go down.
6'4".
That's true.